For I am faint, therefore was his name called Edom.
And that's red, because he red potted, uncooked, blah, blah, blah.
And he said, and Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said,
because they knew the custom of when he came out first. So everybody's expecting, but Rebecca, because she's the one that the angel actually talks to. But everybody else thought the elder comes out and gets the blessing, like the custom usually is. But that's why he said, oh yeah, you want to eat? Sell me your birthright. Watch what he said.
Behold, I am at the point to die.
So Esau said to him, well, I'm at the point to die. I'm so faint, I'm hungry, I'm starving.
And what profit shall this birthright do to me?
If I'm gonna die, what
this nigga had no integrity, man.
Right.
None.
You don't realize what you would have inherited if you would have just had patience anymore. But he just can't do good, man. That's just the spirit that the Lord put within him.
Can't get right.
You just can't get right, man. You gotta be an adversary, man.
I'll read it. And Jacob said, swear to me this day, and he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob.
He sold his birthright. Going with the prophecy. They didn't know about the prophecy, but going with the prophecy that the angel told Rebecca. Now go to 27. Now 27. Don't worry about that other one. Go to 27.
This is
jump down like 38, 36, 36. Because 40 is the points. We need up higher.
Yeah. All right, Con. It's verse 30.
Yeah.
Genesis 27 and 30. And it came to pass.
Hold on. Start at 27.
27.
When he was getting ready to bless Jacob.
Yeah.
Because he's about to tell you what the birthright is.
Wait. Before that, I'm gonna just tell us so we ain't gotta get it. But before that, Isaac told Esau, "Hey, I'm about to die, so go ahead and hook me up that venison that I love that you cook so much. Go grab me something fresh, hook that up, and then when I get done eating that, I'm gonna bless you before I die." And so Rebecca heard that and was like, "Oh, this is the moment." So when Esau left out, Rebecca made that same meal. She hooked it up for him and it don't say that, dude. It don't say that. But anyway, she dressed up Jacob.
Rebecca's a so-called black woman.
Right. She dressed up Jacob to be hairy like Esau. Right. To with goat skin to be hairy like him. That straight hair like him. But then he dressed him up like that. So he had that hairy appeal to him and smelled like the field outside. So he can get the blessing. Is he going to say that?
Verse 27, yeah.
Go ahead.
And he came near and kissed him, and he smelled the smell of his raiment, and blessed him and said, see, the smell of my son is as the smell of the field which the Lord hath blessed. Therefore the
Esau
most
smelled like outside.
Yeah. Like
still stink. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if you've been, Edomite.
It still smell like dog.
It smell like the outside, like wet dog.
Wet dog,
that's that smell.
It's like a natural glands.
Bro.
It's like a glands.
They get on.
That leave them smelling like that when they don't.
Even after they take a shower.
Yeah, bro, I had to be roommates with an Edomite, bro. He'd get in the shower and come out worse.
Verse 28. Therefore the Most High give thee of the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth.
The dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth. He's basically telling them, I'm gonna bless you with the natural resources of the earth. Everything on the earth that yields fruit, crops, and oil and vegetation and the things that make you rich. I give you ownership over all that.
The gold and diamonds, the diamonds, everything that comes from earth.
Everything.
All the substance.
That was, and this is Isaac blessing Jacob, which this was supposed to be Esau right here.
Right.
But he got supplanted. That's what the word Jacob means from the Hebrew word Yaquah, which means to supplant. We have that natural spirit of knowing how to hustle somebody or get over on somebody. You know.
So who hustled who?
Jacob hustled Esau. For the birthright.
Remember, he was coming from the field and he was about to die?
Yeah.
And he's saying,
He
okay,
was like,
shit,
hey, well, sell me your birthright and
sell me your
I'll hook you up this
Right now,
this
wait.
boat.
And he said, what is this birthright going to do to me? I'm about to die. You know, and he sold his birthright.
So he straight hustled him like, yeah, nigga, don't even worry about it. Just give me your birthright. I'll hook this up for you. Give me that birthright.
But then later, his mom knew the prophecy was like, yeah, so I'm gonna fix that food like my eldest son Esau would do, and I'm gonna give it to you because you're the one supposed to get it. So she said helped him to plan also. You know, so they worked together to get that blessing out of from Isaac, as the prophecy was set to do. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 20,
I got Hebrew.
28.
Come.
Therefore, the Most High give thee of the dew of heaven, the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine.
And that right there, the fatness of the earth, that's what the white man and the Arabs are over there fighting for right now. That whole Middle Eastern area where they're going to war at right now over the land, why are they over there fighting so heavy?
The oil, the gold,
All that oil, all the minerals, all
we
that
don't
stuff.
have that here, so
Exactly. So that's why they over there fighting.
That's our land right there.
yeah, that is our land.
Go ahead.
And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob
And
was yet
wasn't there more to that? They say that the nations was going to serve him.
Oh, kind, yeah, I'll skip a verse. Verse 29. Let people serve thee.
Let people serve you, meaning they're going to have to be your servant.
Yep.
You know, they're going to look up to you. They're going to, basically, you're going to be over the people of the world.
Hey, break it down like today's times, right? We're the CEOs of the world, and they're our employees.
Ecclesiastes, where it says, I have seen servants upon horses, and kings walking as princes upon the earth.
Right, it's upside down now. We're the employees serving him.
Right. It's supposed to be the opposite.
Right.
We're supposed to be ruling over him and these other nations. Go ahead.
Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be
And
Lord,
they're going to do that eventually when the Lord returns, man.
Correct.
be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blessed thee.
Yep.
Let thy mother's son, talking about Esau. These Edomites supposed to be bowing down to us, man. But what do our people do? Kiss, love kissing the
worship
so-called
him.
white man's ass,
They
man.
worship him.
Yeah,
Because he's the face on the money.
yeah. Verse 30. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of the blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out of the presence of Isaac,
Just walked out.
his father, that Esau his brother came in.
Here come this white boy,
come
red
in.
ass
Look,
with
Daddy, I'm ready. I'm about to hook it up.
His hairy dog smelling ass just come running in, right? Go ahead.
And Jacob was like, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting, and he also had made savory meat and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, let my father arise and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me, And Isaac,
So he said, "Oh, I'm here. I'm about to just hook this up. Now, once you eat this, may you bless me with all your soul. Give me the good of the blessing."
and Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou?
Who are you?
And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. Because Isaac was old, so his vision, it was kind of blurred. And Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou? And he said,
dim, I think in the scripture.
Who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly.
Oh shit.
And said, Who? Where is he that hath taken venison and brought it to me?
Well, who was that? Who was that brought that food that I asked you to cook?
Who was that
for me
that
already?
was just here?
Who was that just left? If you're Esau, who just left? Go ahead.
And I have eaten all before thou camest,
I already ate.
and have blessed him.
And I gave him the
Blessed
blessing. Yep.
Yea, and he
Meaning
shall be blessed.
The birthright.
Yeah.
The birthright.
Yeah.
Right? Go
Gave
ahead.
it away already.
Go ahead.
Yea, and he shall be blessed. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceedingly bitter cry.
Start crying like a straight bitch. Start crying like a straight up bitch.
And said to his father, Bless me, even me also, O father. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety and
How we do.
and
Hey, guess what, my man? Guess what? You know what I'm saying? You got a little, I see you got a little shine and all. I got this watch right here. That's how, you know. Our
We
people
hustle.
come.
We hustle and shit, man.
That's how we do.
We hustle you, man.
But we're supposed to do that in righteousness. We're
Okay.
supposed to be like that in wickedness.
Yeah.
and have taken
Relatable. You know?
and have taken away thy blessing. He said, Is not he rightly named Jacob?
Supplanter.
For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright,
With that food.
and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing.
Didn't realize they were all one and the same anyway, and the prophecy was against it. That proves that Jacob, Esau, and Isaac didn't know. Rebecca was the one that was told about the prophecy from the angel. Keep going.
And he said, Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said, Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord,
I have made him thy Lord. Go ahead.
and all his brethren have I given to him for servants.
I gave him everything already. Ain't nothing left to give you. I gave him everything.
Everything?
You know, I gave him it all. Watch what it
And with
says.
corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son?
Can
What should I
you?
give to you? Right.
And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father.
Still one. Go.
And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth.
And this is going into what Esau has today.
Kind.
He's the ruler right now, and he has control over the natural resources today. He's able to drop bombs on different countries and take their oil, you know, and other stuff like that, you know, because this was part of his blessing. You know what? I'm not going to utterly leave you without a blessing because you was originally supposed to get the blessing. So this is what I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you the fatness of the earth. That's why you see the Rothschilds.
Just waited. We could have just waited and damn it would have got the blessing for the fatness of the earth though.
Right, but
But
we're waiting now.
We're waiting now. But if
Yeah,
we would have waited and got the blessing like Esau got, we wouldn't be ruling in the kingdom of heaven to come.
I mean, really, the blessing is the kingdom.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the kingdom, and we had the kingdom before, but because we kept breaking the covenant, the Lord took it away from us. And every time we would go against the 144 again.
Yep.
Every time we broke the covenant, the Lord would actually put those curses back on us as a nation, and then we would be placed back on the bottom, and He would raise the nations up over us, and we would have to serve them because we're serving idols, you know. So right now, this devil, he's in power right now, so he has the fatness of the earth. He has all the earth's riches.
But I feel like with the Bible that they enslaved us on and teach us so much, it's right there in the Bible telling us that we are the people, but we still don't see it.
Right.
Why is that? Like,
You know what he
we're
did?
not seeing
He
it.
manipulated and said that
Like, 'cause we-
the chosen people is us, and y'all are the other people.
Y'all the Gentiles.
So therefore, y'all the Gentiles, so we supposed to rule over you. But really, we're not the Gentile, we're the actual people. And he tried to keep that information hidden from us. He told us what he wanted to teach us out of the Bible.
About 70% of these scriptures that we read today, they never, out of 300, how many, 52 Sundays in a year, right? They never touch on it. They'll touch over the same ones over and over again.
Over and over. the
Not to
same thing.
touch on those ones.
Ooh, Jesus said, give your blessing of the Lord. Give your blessing. Then gonna send it right back around 4 more times. Like, I know you can get a Lord some more. Like, is the Lord personally gonna get this shit?
Right.
Is they gonna mail him this and mail him my little stamps with my name on it, and he just throw a blessing down there for me? Because anything else, nigga, that's going into that brand new Cadillac you got outside, nigga. But I ain't slow.
Thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven from above. And by the sword,
And by the what?
sword.
By the sword.
Killing instrument.
Yep. So the modern day sword is your guns. Actually, Esau's sword is his whole
Anything,
infrastructure,
yeah,
man.
his whole-
Judicial system, his foods,
Food and drugs.
drugs,
Food and drugs. Medical.
and of course his gun, the
Chemical
police,
warfare,
all of that.
bio warfare,
all of this stuff.
missiles, drones, tanks. anything that you can use to kill a race of people.
Anything
that was his blessing. He was. It says that he's gonna live by the sword. His blessing is the sword.
Anything that's anti-life.
Right.
Let me say this. I think we slipped over that word. It said, "When thou shalt have dominion." So you're gonna have a turn. It's coming. Oh, my fault.
And by the sword shalt thou live.
He lived by the gun.
Yep.
That's how he ruled. That's how he took us down. And when he came over here to the Americas, and he encountered the Native Americans that were already here, the Native Americans were warriors. They were skilled in combat. They were skilled with the bow and arrow, spears, with swords. They knew how to fight. So hand to hand and foot to foot,
couldn't do it.
Esau was getting his ass handed to him. They were whooping their ass. So Esau had to come up with the Gatling gun to basically spray them down, and that's how he was committing a lot of his genocide.
Something just hit me in the spirit. Gatling gun is a Gad killing.
Exactly.
It sounds like that go together.
Yeah.
I'll confirm it. Okay, keep going.
And by the ain't no way in hell a weak race could take down a stronger race. Not physically. We're stronger than these white boys.
On every level.
We dominate them in everything. On every level.
Physically and mentally.
Mentally, everything. We dominate them, and they know that.
They know.
And we're on. So
I feel like the second form of slavery is jail.
Yeah.
That's slavery to me.
Literally.
It's
They
still
break you
like
down.
handcuffs. They still give you whatever religion they want to teach you. In there, when you locked up, they plant shit in you because you don't have no say-so on them. At the end, they give you a felony where you won't never have a say-so in their world.
Right.
Exactly.
So how is they helping you? It's not with you. And voting is really not going to help shit either because they already got this in effect of who they going to have. They knew they was going to put Obama in that way before it even happened.
Exactly right.
They talked about it on the news 3 years before he even went in. He was our senator first. And they talked about it on the news 3 years before. And only thing I remember about Obama was some white girls with some big titties in every campaign. Then when it really started happening, then that's when they was like, Obama. But I've been to Obama because I'm from Chicago. He stayed in the ghetto with us. He really be in the streets with us, talking to us. You know? So that's how I knew him. But the media put him as like, yeah, these people, but they really know every president is connected to each other. Every president is family. They bloodline. It don't matter if they this, that. Obama mama was white.
Right.
What in the bloodline is not.
Right.
That is our bloodline. The number one thing sold on the black market is melon. Who got the most melon? It's us.
Hey, the movie, what's the new movie that just came out by Jordan,
Get Out.
Jordan Peele. Get Out. That movie, Get Out?
I heard people talk about it. I didn't see it.
That's what that was about. Basically, it's about white people trying to get our melon, but they couldn't just take our blood. So they tried that. They can't just take the blood. It don't correlate with their system like that. So they found a way in that movie to tap their spirit into our bodies. That's what that, so they can have all the benefits of us physically with their same old spirit. Check that movie out, man. It won awards. It's good.
People was telling me check it out.
And by the sword thou shalt live, and thou shalt serve thy brother.
Everything we do, music, songs, movies, we filter through the scripture. We find the spiritual aspects in it and correlate it to reality. This is the reality. We look at the reality. Go ahead, bro.
And shall serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass that when thou shalt have dominion, thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
Because he gonna have dominion over you, but when you have the dominion, you gonna be greater than him in that time. He gonna be your servant, and you gonna not be subject to him. Because you go through the history of the Bible, and all them times we were always greater than him. Until now.
During the time of when King David was in the rulership, we had all nations under subjection, and they basically became subject to tribute. All the Edomites, they had to serve Israel. They had to bow before the King David.
And they said one thing about like why they got a lot of black people fooled, and they say Jesus a lot. And it's crazy because a white man. It's crazy because a white man told me this, and he told me, and it's the craziest thing. Like the man told me that I was an Israelite, and gave me $50, a $50 bill, and say, you one of the chosen people, and walked away. But he looked like a reptile person, big bulby eyes, and it just didn't look human. Paley ass skin, like pasty. Like I'm looking at him like, and my skin shook. And I was on. That's when I used to drum on the strip, and I was drumming. And he went down the escalators on the Fashion Show Mall, and I just felt something on me, like I just felt something just looking at me. And you know, if you could look on the strip, well, on all the bridges, you look down, you could see clearly. He was staring right up at me, like with, and he never moved. He was just staring there. I hurry up and turn my head, and something was like, and I was just praying to myself, like, man, I hope this guy be gone. When I look back, the man was still standing there. I looked back again for him, no less than 30 seconds, he was gone. Gone. And that scared me. I'm like, this man will walk up to me, and I never had experienced a white man telling me that I was the chosen one and I was an Israelite and this, that. I'm like, that's not believable, dude. Like, why you come out of nowhere and say this to me? Like, I'm fresh from Chicago. I'm gang banging out. I don't know nothing about none of what you talking about, you know. But for him to tell me that, that's why I look more onto it. And you know, that's why I stopped and talk.
All of this leads up to now. Everything that you go through led you here today in this moment. Everything from Chicago, everything. Okay, that could have been an angel. And I was just thinking about it as you were saying.
Or because
or the angel hopped on from the spirit.
It could have been like the spirit could have hopped on him and used them to relay that
the word
message to
angel
you.
only means messenger anyway. So he can't deliver you that message. And you wouldn't have remembered the message without the 50. And you wouldn't have remembered it if a black man would have had that 50 and told you the same thing. You'd be like, hey, I don't know about that. You know, it'll been a different scenario in your mind. You know? But it all led to this moment. And I'm not trying to hype the moment up for you, but I'm just trying to show you everything in our lives lead up to the moment that we're in.
And truth be told, like when him telling me that, like I was an Israelite, like he was telling me, because I was just down. And I was just down that day. The white folks just walking past, they ain't giving no money, they looking at you, nigger, you just keep walking in. For him to walk up and tell me I'm one of the chosen people, I'm an Israelite, and hand me 50 and walk away, I looked at his ass like he was crazy. I'm like, what? And he just smiled, but he had a stare on him, and I'm like, this motherfucker looked like a reptile person. Like, I don't know, like, I'm thinking like something up with him, like, to me, because there's a lot of weirdos here. Because he came out of nowhere. I was on the bridge by myself. Everybody else went downstairs. And then when I look up, he right there. That's why I'm like, you know, I'm on defense mode because I'm thinking, oh, yeah, this Chicago, I'm gonna. But I could not get up off the crate on the bucket for some reason. I could not get up. If he wanted to do anything to me, he could have did it to me because I had no motions in my body, nothing I could say to him. I'm just looking at him like, what? Like that.
Spirit that happened.
Yeah. And that's why right now this will get me to stop. That man right there got me to stop because I started looking into the YouTube, like Israelites, and start seeing people outside. And that's why I stopped right here, honestly, right now, off that little pale skinned man, because he scared me, you know. And I say, if I see these guys out, I'm just gonna stop for some time and just get some knowledge, you know, just because that's what somebody, you know, told me, you know, and it's not just because he told me, it's just like, you know, if he know he done all this shit over the years and he come to me and tell me that I'm somebody, I'm like, damn, who is he? Did somebody send him here? And I looked around, it was nobody but him, like on the bridge. Of course, when he went downstairs, people walked when they was on the bridge, of course.
But he wasn't with him?
He wasn't with him. Then I looked down, like, thinking in my head, like, something's up with that man. He probably know. Then I thought, like, nah, he probably don't know. I looked down, he was just staring up at me like, I'm like, damn, that motherfucker's creepy.
So Proverbs 20 and 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way?
So Lord had that happen, like your brother said, he sent it for you, for this moment, you know? So,
the Lord can use any vessel to send a message to you, man.
So angel means messenger.
Yeah.
We're angels. We just delivered you a message.
For real.
You know, we're not in that celestial form.
Yeah.
We're in a terrestrial form, but we're still doing the job of a messenger.
So, and one thing I don't get with the Bible though, it tell us that we should live in a way of God. We godly people. We are from God. So does that mean we're gods ourselves? Like, well, what is that? Because when I ask everybody else, nah, you're not.
Hebrews 13:2.
You saying I'm a God in the Bible, in the scriptures, but you telling me I'm not?
This is Psalms 82 and 6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High.
Most High God. Keep going.
But ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes.
Yeah. We don't die like men because we're in this flesh.
We're angels in the flesh.
Because we broke the law. That's why.
Yeah. That's why you see we say
We die because of sin.
we're godly people. We are godly people. We have, well, I'll give the script. It's Deuteronomy 4. We talk about the statutes, laws, and commandments.
As long as we was living by this wisdom, this knowledge, we were created to be immortal.
Con.
But because men sought inventions, we became corrupted.
Con.
And really, it goes back to the Garden of Eden. You know that. Between what happened between Adam and Eve and the serpent, which the serpent wasn't an actual snake.
So
It
do
was
y'all
used
believe
allegory.
in Jesus' name as Jesus or Yahweh?
No. His name in the Hebrew is Yahweh.
Yahweh.
That's Jesus' name.
That's his name in the Hebrew.
So,
You know, Jesus, that really is a made up name.
Yeah, that's the letter J.
Because when you even in this the 1611, there's not one letter J in this book.
letter J wasn't invented until 16. Letter J didn't come into existence until 1634. And we know that our Lord Yahweh Shai lived way before this.
1600 years
And he was a
before.
Hebrew, therefore he had a Hebrew name. And his father's name is his father's name is Yahweh,
The Heavenly Father.
the Heavenly Father, who world English calls God.
Because he had a father on earth who was Yahweh Sab, or Joseph. Yahweh Sab, I mean, but Yahweh, it means he is or he exists.
Yeah.
And then so his name means
He is
or he exists, savior or deliverer.
Okay. Like with Satan, they say with the Bible, they say that what gets to me, that Satan is he was one of God's best creations or something, I guess. Like, so if he was one of God's best angels, you think he didn't have no kids?
Satan?
Yeah, did he have kids?
Yeah.
That's Catholic. That's Roman Catholic. That's mythology.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just wondering that because a lot of people, I just think it on TV, and I'm like, if they say like God had a son, why couldn't one of his best angels have a son either?
Right.
I think his sons are the ones who walking and got this earth right now. Like, you know, the guy that we were speaking of, the brother. I think them are his
Esau,
sons.
Edomites.
Yeah, the
And
Edomites.
they're the
He
physical.
right on that.
That's what I think they are.
The
Like,
physical incarnation are those
Of the
people.
spiritual demon Satan,
the
or
spiritual demon
the
Satan.
Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, basically these
now we got
Edomites.
stuff. Well, they got temples in Detroit. I was just out there.
Yeah.
Temples with satanic,
Satanic
and like,
statues, sculptures. Yeah.
I'm like, but I'm not the type of person who gonna knock somebody else's religion, you know, because I don't know what they are believing in and what it is.
The temples with that on.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is it. I saw this right down the street from a hood we used to be in Detroit.
Yeah.
I mean, it was big, and we just so happened to be out there when they was unveiling it. It was so many devil worshipers.
You know what that's about? What he's the god of, the demon god of entertainment. That's the demon god. The 5-point pentagram is the star on the Walk of Fame. That's commemorating him with your name on it, that you served that man, you pushed out his thing. And because you're an entertainer, it appealed to you, or it caught your attention. Right. A sex demon of multiple genders. That's all in there.
That's why they're trying to merge the styles of masculinity and femininity within the culture.
That's
Where
the
they're trying
angle
to
that
basically they're trying to metrosexualize the men, they demasculate you. And we went from having that grimy, street look to now we look at
Tight-ass pants.
metrosexual look.
Hey, there's people with makeup
Pants tighter
on.
than our girlfriends.
Yeah.
People
Wear
with
long ass
makeup
hair
on,
and shit,
long
Long-ass
hair,
hair.
makeup on with a beard. And that's men and women with those. And both got titties or not, or both don't.
And that's good that y'all speak on that. because I be in Atlanta a lot.
Yep.
So it goes on, and I see it, and they make our brothers like, and it's everybody really,
Right.
but I'm talking about the brothers that I see, and they just so
Dainty.
I'm like,
Yeah, effeminate.
and I done walked in the store, and I done, hey, bro, Nick look hooded than me, look like he had 3 bodies, tattoos on the face.
Yep.
I walk in the store like, hey, bro, you know, where I can find a little station down here? Yeah, let me guess. I'm like, bro, what's going on in the world?
Yeah.
Then now, it's what I see up in other areas outside of Atlanta. White people looking more like black people than we was looking. They was getting lip injections, asses, everything down in our stuff. Tans, skins tan. I'm like, they know something. I say, if they show us a white man with long hair, blue eyes for so many centuries, we not gonna see a guy with wool hair,
Right.
skins of bronze, hair of the, I mean, you know, people's skins of the.
Right.
I'm gonna walk past you because I ain't gonna think you're not no God to me. I'm gonna look for the white man to see.
Right.
Oh, your heavenly Father, you look just like him, but really he looking like me and you.
Right.
But I would never notice that because you blinded me on the truth.
Right. Right.
You're not trying to tell me the truth. You're trying to show me your truth.
Now what that purpose does is them trying to look like us and them making us more like them, is now it'll be deceived on who's who when the time comes. Now we won't be able to recognize that that's an Edomite. We won't be able to recognize that on sight.
We on sight.
It'll defy the minds of the simple.
They so good with it, as in, and we had the NAACP. The lady that was just the head of the NAACP, she looked at black, but really she was a white lady. How? How is that convenient that they can portray us and look just like us and portray so many people of this organization don't even know what she is?
Lady. I forgot her name. The one that on BT, white lady.
White lady. But
She
we
looked
sold
black.
it. We sold it, so we can't be mad at that.
She looked black, but she not. She white.
So
There's a lot of pro-blacks that are
let me hear you too.
that's out now that's trying to act like they on some real pro-black shit. They come to find out they some straight up tears, man.
Straight
Like the one in Seattle. That one Edomite chick that she said she was a Jake. Or this is Amos 9:9. For lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations like corn is sifted in a sieve. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth.
It's like you stay in the protection, you don't fall through the bottom. If you're really an Israelite, it don't matter what you look like. If you're really an Israelite, but also in this time, if you're an Israelite of the elect, you stay in there, you stay in there, you stay protected. But even there's another level that the heathens will fall through and all the other nations will fall through, but the 2/3 will be caught in there. They'll catch the death and fall through the first one.
Filter.
Right, it's filtered, right?
So Lord's gonna strainers gonna filter everything out because he looked like he white boy or something, but he could fall under that list of Israelites.
Now, I got another one.
Vice versa.
I was about to say that the vice versa of it is Lenny Kravitz. I gotta say his name that way. That's how you say it. But no, it's not Lenny Kravitz. We try to make it sound like, and it don't, but try to make it sound like one of us. It's not. Kravitz is a Jewish name. Those Khazars that came down and called themselves the real Jews. His father was an Edomite, so-called Jew. So he's really a white boy.
Like
no
that.
matter how good he play that guitar and his songs are, how much we love his songs.
What solidified me knowing that Lenny Kravitz was an Edomite, this recent article, he said, I go weeks without Charlotte. I was like,
That ain't done.
You see that? What's that chick that just married the prince of Meghan Markle? That's an Edomite. She not our people.
Our women thinking that she's one of them.
She not.
They uplift her like
they uplift her and shit.
No, she ain't one of us. You can tell her parents even show.
Her spirit don't vibe. Her spirit wouldn't vibe with Prince William or Henry.
If she was
Prince Harry.
She wouldn't even get down with him.
He got more soul than she got.
Real talk, he do.
Yeah.
Way more soul than she do.
He might be Jake, one of our people.
Yeah.
One of the Welsh. Some of the Welsh that are part of that royalty were our people. From the time when King James and all of them, the Dark Ages, some of them are still kind of lingering around.
So do you believe the things on what they said about the Moors? that they sold us and
We're
they
the
was
Moors.
yeah,
These
that's what I was
literally-
saying. Like
these are the
Moors
Moors
is
right here.
us, like, you know. But that's what they put in the comments on YouTube. These YouTube white guys trying to, you know, persuade us to think that it's. But we smarter than the comments. But
Right.
Doesn't Moor mean Jew?
Moor means black.
Black.
Yeah, Moor means black.
Black. Yeah.
That's why we see somebody with the name Morris. You know, Morris, that means black. And that goes back to the Moors.
I got cousins whose last name is Moore.
I got a lot of family named Morris too.
Yeah, me too.
For real. A lot of them.
You know, so
And
that movie
Moors
Black
were
Knight.
Israelites.
Yeah.
The movie Black Knight, he called him a Moor the whole time. He didn't act like he wasn't supposed to be around here. He just didn't like the position he was coming in. Talking about Martin, the bad guy with the white guy in the movie. He kept calling him Moor. What do you think you're doing here, Moor? You know, he kept saying that to him. And nobody ever thought what that word meant.
Yeah, it's hidden messages. in
The
that.
Moor was in Robin Hood. The black guy's name, I don't know his name. That in the old Robin Hood with Kevin Costner, it was Morgan Freeman was the black guy.
Yeah.
You know, and he was a Moor. They knew him to be a Moor. But Robin Hood himself was a Moor. They won't tell you that though. Anyway, I had a couple of scriptures about something you said earlier. This was
we finna close out too.
Right. I got like two of them for you. This is Isaiah.
Got no cars.
This is it right
We
here.
just come out here every Sunday. It's
Okay, every Sunday?
Every Sunday.
Right here.
2:30 we be right here.
Alright, fuck with y'all.
Isaiah chapter 6 verse 9, and he said, because you asked about why people can't see it. For some people they're blinded. It's gonna tell you why they blinded, right? It said, matter of fact, get the one in Isaiah 29. It's like around 10 or so, like that. It says, Isaiah 6 and 9, it says, and he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed and understand. Hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their eyes heavy. Make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed. And when you go into the book of Daniel, it'll tell you the same thing. We read that already. Right? The book of Daniel, they read that already. He says, seal up the book until the time of the end, when knowledge shall be increased. That's just a distraction. Don't worry about that, right? Just like that guy earlier was a distraction, right? He said, close up the book and seal it to the end times, where knowledge shall be increased, and then things will make sense. Same thing here. The Spirit has to come upon you to open your eyes to see the big picture of what the Heavenly Father's talking about, right? And we've been blessed for Him to open up our eyes to see it and to come out this far and do this. 29 and like, it's around there,
This is Isaiah chapter 29 and 9. Stay yourselves and wonder. Cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. For the Lord...
When you look at our people, when you look at in real common sense and reality, our people are just lost. Just wandering, can't figure out the right way to do anything.
Spiritually dead.
Just spiritually dead. They just do nigga shit all damn day. They can't figure it out. They don't know what
Look at
to do.
World Star.
Look at our women. Our women.
It's better now. World Star better. They don't promote too much violence no more.
But look at our women.
I see
still some
nigga shit
bad.
every day. I see nigga shit every day.
But our women in particular, our
If
women
niggas
are.
do nigga shit, it's gonna be televised.
Right.
They gonna make money off niggas. The biggest thing black people only got to make money off of right now is racism. If we had no racism, black people wouldn't eat. You would starve if you didn't know how to make nothing. You would starve if you didn't know how to grow. You would starve if the people didn't give you nothing. You would starve literally.
That's true.
Racism is the only thing we make our money off of, bro. Nothing else in this world,
When they take
bro.
that away, it's a
When
wrap.
they take that over with,
So,
But this is what we
niggas
gotta
better
have.
have some prayer in them,
gotta
or
have this.
some money.
Right.
If anything, you ain't gonna.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
this.
the money gonna be on that thing we was talking about earlier. So you ain't gonna want the money.
Yeah, I already know.
The real
But I'm
money-
saying, you know what I
right,
mean
right,
with the money, though.
You're gonna have to have
the money
the
the root of
spiritual
all
money.
evil.
No, the love of money.
The love of money is the root of all evil, not money.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 10, for the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep.
Our people got the spirit of deep sleep. I was gonna say about our women. Every other woman on the planet want to be like the black woman, but she the only one want to be like the white woman. The white woman trying to be her.
She want to get long hair and blonde and
Skin lightener.
skin lightener.
All of that. Because they see the men checking out the white woman. Why? Because the white woman's starting to get the white woman's starting to get a little hips and ass on her. You know, things that we like.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. They white women
They doing all that.
get ass and
they doing
titties
all of
and
that.
big lips.
Yep, they doing all of that. So but the men are
I mean,
attracted
they
to the
stretched up here.
The men are attracted to the point of the serenity that they can deal with a woman of another nation. That when we deal, the curses, if you would have read deeper into the curses, you see that there's this
Contention.
hair-bumping thing, there's tension between the man and the woman of our nation.
That
That
so-called
they-
gender war.
Yeah, that
With
we
the
can't,
man versus the woman.
we can't get together.
But they've been doing this since slavery, though, with
Absolutely.
raping men in front of the women
Yeah,
to
yeah,
show,
yeah. Willie
show
Lynch.
men
Willie
like,
Lynch.
y'all, what? Are we just rape
Buck
them?
rape.
We rape them in front of them, or we gonna take your woman? Come here.
Yeah.
Just showing us. So that been going on then. The 1960s, once it was done, the 50s and the 60s really got the black community.
Yeah.
We was doing so good without integration. Hear me out.
We agree.
Exactly.
We agree.
We was doing
We
so
agree.
great without integration. We had black doctors, lawyers, businesses. We owned our property. We owned everything. Welfare was the worst thing to happen to the black man or woman.
That's-
Welfare knocked us out the box.
That was with the
Welfare, no man involved. Now you see all these guys with these tight ass clothes and it's no household structure. A man to read the word, a man to do this and be the provider. Now it's the woman that's the provider. Now the man's not shit. So you see a lot of the young
She
black
can only
men.
get she can only get those benefits if the man ain't
If
in
the
house.
man's gone. So if the man's gone, it's no father of a household. And one thing about how all these people rule in the world,
Gun.
one thing that they rule in the world is with family. Any with Great Britain, the British, you see all of them is family.
Yep.
They stick together, and that's one thing black people, us as people, we don't stick together.
And they're
they did that
patriarchy.
faithfully with us, and they did, and they doing it, and we see right now what's going
We have a
on.
matriarchy and we have a patriarchy.
Yeah.
They have a patriarchy and we live under a matriarchy.
Yep. Woman,
Ruler
mother.
of the mothers or the women.
It's Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. For as for my people, children are their oppressors.
And younger, less insignificant race of people
Yeah.
are like children. They are oppressed. They're over us oppressors.
and women rule over them.
But our women rule over us, though. Go ahead.
O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy paths.
Hey, big mama, auntie, they raising the family now.
Yep.
But it used to be the fathers, gramps, you know what I'm saying? Great gramps, pops.
Took care of us. My
Hey,
granddaddy
they-
ain't know how to read, but he fought in Viet Cong.
Hey.
And my granny still get this check right now to today. He
Yeah,
fought in
man.
Viet Cong, and he went to Desert Storms.
Right.
You feel me? He was older now when he was in Desert Storms, but he still, and he got cheated out of a lot of things. You know what killed my grandfather? Agent Orange. The shit that they spread it on everybody killed him. It didn't kill him right then and there.
Right, it was a
It
process.
got him though. It
Yeah,
slowly
That's
got
how,
him.
that's how the devil does.
Because he had to go through that medical system for so
He was
long.
doing the devil's dirty work.
Right.
Exactly.
That's why they
Let's
said
keep
the
it
thing-
honest.
That's why
He's
they
doing
said
the
black
devil's dirty
men.
work, bro.
They said
Like-
black men go home.
Black man go home. He was doing their devil work, and he even said it.
Yeah.
He never said, my grandfather never spoke nothing about God to me. The whole 21 years I knew him, he never said nothing about God till he was dying, going into a coma. Then he came back out of his coma 2 weeks, and he spoke about God. And that really changed me from a man that never spoke about it, killed people and all type of shit in wars. And for him to say that got to me. I'm like, he seen something that I didn't see. And he told me, I'm okay. He said, I already talked to him. I did what I did. I'm going to repent for my sins. He said that to me, and I still think about that every day. No matter how many blunts I smoke, it still don't never get away from what he told me. Like, God got me.
Well,
You know?
the Spirit made you say that, so we gotta tell you that's not how you partake in that early. You gotta ingest it. You're not supposed to put that in.
I know you don't supposed to. You know, I seen that. Like,
Right. Yeah.
you know, but
there's more spiritual, righteous ways to do that. You know? Ingest it, eat it, tea, something of that effect.
and it tastes the same. You still have the same side effects.
But it's better. It's more spiritual in a positive way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when you smoke it,
that opens up a porthole, but it opens up a porthole for demons to get on.
Because smoking is a byproduct of fire, and fire destroys it burns, you know. So when you smoking that blunt or whatever, not only is it destroying your body physically, but it's messing with your spirit too.
Read back in Isaiah.
Just wrap that up.
It's Isaiah 29:10. For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and have closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers, have he covered.
Even your pastors in these churches, he closed them up and blinded them as well. That's why they preaching peace and prosperity and not the truth of the scriptures. They're still telling you that the white man is Jesus. Worship him, worship God. He's a white man. You know, get your education, go to his college, chase the American dream, and the Lord's gonna bless you. Eventually serve this white man, and the Lord's gonna bless you.
And it's just like in the movie Book of Eli, they know that this book has power, so they can tell you whatever, as long as you don't open it and read it for yourself, they can put this book up and act, and you know, a couple of things that you see, use the fancy language of the book, and you'll believe it. That's what they do. Because you're blind just like they're blind.
Verse 10. And the vision, verse 11. And the vision of all is become unto you as the words of the book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I cannot, for it is sealed, and the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I am not learned. Wherefore the Lord said, for so much as this people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their hearts far from me, and their fear towards me is taught by the precepts of men.
Which means if we listen to the precepts of Esau, we don't have to fear God. He don't even believe in God until something bad happens. So he's teaching us that we don't have to fear him. Oh, God loves everybody. Don't he say Jesus loves everybody? Everybody can make it.
Like you said, when only something bad happens, like when people got gunned down on the strip, pray for Sin City.
Now you want to pray.
Now you want to
Oh
pray.
my
Make it
God.
strong on one person, one devil's holy word.
But before all that gunfire, you was
Sin is city.
popping drugs, popping
God
Zans.
was the
Didn't care
furthest
nothing
thing
about
from your
nothing.
mind.
Yeah.
When you got off the plane, you was like, woo, I can be free.
So
And
y'all
and
be out here Sundays?
Every Sunday.
bro.
Yeah, I gotta get up with y'all, brothers.
We on the Exodus as well. We on YouTube as well.
Too.
GMS abides in city.
Boston City,
GMS abides in
You might want to
city.
give me your page. You got a lot of stuff on your page.
Vegas, sit
What
down.
you got more on?
GMS.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube or?
YouTube.
YouTube, yeah. Yes, when you go on YouTube, type in GMS AHBAD, like bad, Sin City.
Bad city.
You see our page pop up.
And you see the essence.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Y'all fuck with y'all. Y'all deep.
Oh, and I'll recommend another channel, man. GMS Dallas. GMS Dallas.
GMS Dallas or GMS Dallas in class. 3. Right?
These should link you to
Oh, yeah, they should.
GMS, yeah. Those two channels, subscribe to both of them.
You get some good.
We got brothers in Chicago too.
Oh, yeah.
I
We got
remember
brothers in GMS Chicago as well.
Yeah, I see brothers all the time back home.
Yeah,
They be in hot neighborhoods with the white folks, and the white folks be kind of chasing us out. I stood for one ceremony, but where they was at up north, the white people called the police because it was a large crowd of us, and we was just You know, when it was about the word, so, you know, they called the law and the devils got out the car and shit. I kept it walking, you know. So,
The Chicago branch, GMS
Chicago,
26. Yeah. Yeah, there's another one.
Yeah, Mapataza.
bro.
Mapataza.
All right, brother. Anytime, man. You got questions?
Yeah.
If you got questions throughout the week, write them down and bring them up here. We'll answer them, man.
All right, I'll be up here, man. They call me Chicago. It's nice meeting y'all, bro.
All right, brother.
Nice meeting y'all, bro. Y'all stay up too, brother.
Same, bro.
Y'all had me stopping shit. Straight look, nigga. I don't be wanting to hear, you know, but it was just something about it. You feel me? That got to me, and I'm like,
Hey, everything that's
righteous.
Funny, I had. I'll just quote it real quick for you. It said, Hebrews 13:2. Be mindful to entertain strangers, for somehow entertain angels
Unawares.
When that man gave you that money and told you you're a Hebrew Israelite, you're a child of God, you know what I'm saying? He did that work. He planted that seed in you that led you all the way up here today. You know, and then whatever the future got for you too. So, you know.
Y'all stay up, brothers.
All right,
Nice
bro.
to meet
Same,
y'all,
bro.
bro.
All right, bro.
Peace, bro.
Sunday is 2:30.
Yes.
Right. So with